It's obvious that finally Precious have left the untouchable mansion, and she has decided to move on with her life. But again, there are still questions to ask, and in the coming days, there are issues as far as we are concerned that this story so far has generated. We are all aware that before in fact, immediately after the engagement, you know, a lot of persons came with their own personal interests. We have MC Mbakara who came on the interest of Sandra, you know, and then after that matter was raised, it ended on paying compensation to her 30 million plus one house at PH. Then we have also had a second S come up again to ask for compensation, which didn't go well before Untouchable's father's death incident came up, and then the issue of the genotype came up, which threw up everything off balance. Now, those are peculiar challenges that we have witnessed in this matter. And if Precious have finally decided to leave for the sake of her unborn children, whom she fears may become SS, and she's not ready to take up such pain in the future, I think is a good decision to make at this point. It's so painful to let go. We saw the pains Untouchable in particular is passing through. He has been in serious pain. He had to cry and the rest of them. It's okay, sometimes broken relationship or ending a relationship at times have this type of features. But as time goes on, both of you need time to heal. Time will heal the wounds that this incident has created in your hearts, in your lives. Um, for those who have been afraid of her moving on, both of them had never been together. They have met, and if their path cross and they need to move on, it is still for good. So while the rest of us continue to wait and see how far the healing process can go for both of them. Um, she's out there already. As time goes on, she's still a social media person, so she will still come online to express one or two feelings, and then we'll take it up from there. For Untouchable, it is hard to let go. You have to heal, allow yourself to heal from this pain, heal from this shock, double pains at the same time. The loss of your father, and then the medical challenge that has made you to lose Precious. Well, we are moving into another era because Sandra is already talking. She is already shouting. She's already happy. The same for MC Bakara and Koboko. But that's still not the end. You understand? So we are moving into an era that we are going to see people who are going to come back and say Precious deserves to be compensated. That's good. So it's going to really be an interesting one at that. So wait for it. Whether Untouchable at this point will be minded to compensate Precious, or if Precious on her own will be asking Untouchable to compensate her for all the time wasted. But be that as it may, both of them actually were in the wrong. Precious doesn't know her genotype, likewise Untouchable. You see, so it's a lesson that the young people should learn. especially the teenagers. This story has brought this question up. And you can see from this story again, it is not enough to test that genotype once or in one particular facility. You must try to use government approved facilities to check your genotype. And if you are able to get it done in two different places, hospital or facility, that will be a plus to you. So please, you have to make up your mind. You have learned from this story so that you don't have a repetition of it. That is the essence of being on social media. So we look forward. If the challenges play up, then we'll see how Untouchable will be able to handle, especially on the issue of compensating him. We'll see how he will handle that, you know. And then, if it doesn't play out, let's see how their lives will move on as time goes on. I've always believed that they could also have their business interests, which they will continue to do if they are strong enough, to weather this particular storm. You get me? So, um, it's so sad to call it to see the photos, the pictures, the lovely moments spent together, the happy moments spent together, and finally, it appears life is not treating them fair because their greatest ambition to become lovers and marry each other and live together as husband and wife appears to have been taken away by this great health challenge. So we appreciate her for the decision she finally made to leave the relationship. It's a very difficult one for her, but it's her future that is paramount to her, which is what we support. Because by the time she starts bearing children and they are all SS, the crisis, the trauma will not be that she can bear. Thank God that she has made up her mind. There are better things ahead. There are better relationships ahead. There are better moments ahead for her. She will still meet relationship. But meanwhile, it's not also a period for both of them to rush into relationship because a lot of gold diggers are already out there waiting for them so that they will fall into their hand, especially Precious. You know, a lot of juicy offers, a lot of those who felt that they need to make one or two things with you before now, or who were thinking you were not their class. Now that you have become a class person to say, they are going to come. So please, it's not a good moment to start saying you are entering into another relationship immediately. If I may advise, I think at least 3 months should go down the lane so that you will be able to come to a stable mind and be able to take a fresh decision ahead. So please, you look up to that. If it is necessary for you, Precious and Untouchable, it's time to go down on your knees and continue in prayers, seeking the will of God for your life. You see, God will never disappoint if you people truly look up to Him, you know, because from what we have seen now, it's just like the popular saying that all that glitters is not gold. So you have seen it for yourself. Life have given you a tough blow, but you must rise up and move on. To Untouchable, please, you have to be a man. You are suffering two tragedy at the same time, but you have to be strong. To his friends, I continue to beg you, those very close to him, Bob Funny, John Laughter, the rest of them, please don't leave him alone this period. Just always be around him. Create a creative moment around him so that we can be able to take away some of the deep thoughts in his mind. I wish him well as we see more development.